Hi, I'm Sharon Singh. Today we're going to show how to resolve conflict between nurses. The actors for today in this scenario are Paolo, who is acting as Paolo, who's a new grad on the medical floor, Lorraine, who's a nurse manager, Fatima, who's one of the nurses, Raquel, who's another nurse, Amandeep, who's a nurse. So Paolo is a new grad that works on the medical surgical floor. Paolo is a very keen grad that wants to do everything by the rules. He wants to make sure that his patients are well looked after. He wanted to make sure that all his colleagues follow the rules that he was taught. But Paolo is very discouraged to find out that the nurses that he worked with do not want to follow those rules. They have their own rules that they do. Paolo is very, very upset and not sure how to handle this. He finds that his colleagues talk behind his back. He finds that they talk their own language when he's around, and they do not involve him in any of the group activities. Paolo is very discouraged and very upset and not quite sure how to handle this. Now let us move in to the nursing station where the report takes place.
Good morning, everyone. So this is your patient list for the day, and then anytime you can also check your chart if you have any questions. And then for Fatima,
Yes.
you have 3 patients here. You have Mr. Brown. He's having hypertension. He was stable now. And then for Miss Abel, have DM. And then maybe she can go home tonight.
Okay.
And then for Mrs. Sue, right now she have infection for the UTI.
Okay.
Fatima, do you have any question for your patient?
Should I do something for Mr. Sue because she has UTI and maybe any black.
I think she have blood works this afternoon. Maybe you can check your chart. And then she also having 24 hours of urine collections.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. And Raquel, you have 3 patients too.
Okay.
You have Mr. Black. You have pneumonia. For Mr. Adam, you have fractures in left arm. And then Mr. Scott has burn. For the burn, this one is very stable right now.
Okay.
Okay. You have question
Yeah.
for
How about
this?
the pneumonia? Is that viral or bacterial?
I think viral. It's a viral, and then
The wheezing sound, is it worse or?
yeah, you also have need to check the wheezing sound, and then I think she have also a fluid in her lungs, so you have to check that more often.
Okay.
Okay, and Amandeep, you have 3 patients too. So you have Mr. Frank, cellulitis, she's stable, and then tomorrow he need to discharge, and then Mr. Junctions, she have abdominal pain, and Mr. Kello have the dementia.
Okay, I have just one question about the Mrs. Jackson. What is the pain status of that Mrs. Jackson?
Right now, it's stable. From 9, it's lowered to 5, and then we treat them with the pain reliever.
Oh.
And then for you, Paulo, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 5 patients. For Mr. Smith, right now she's having CHF, and last night he's having trouble of breathing. You have to check more often about the breathing or his O2 saturation, and then for fluid intake, for the fluid intake, input and output, you have to make sure of that. And then for Mr. Jones, ESRD, this is very stable. You don't have to worry about this, but still check it. And then for Mr. James, DM stage 1, last night he's having insulin reaction. So you have to go there and check if she's okay and if she's still conscious. And then for Mr. Walker, MI, last night she have chest pain, and then but I check again and we make sure if you still having chest pain, and you have to give him sublingual medications. Okay. And then for Mr. Johnson, have bowel obstructions. So you have any question about your patients?
For Mrs. Johnson,
Mm-hmm.
how is her bowel movement?
For Mr. Johnson, bowel obstruction, for the 4 days, she don't have any bowel movement. So you have to give a laxative. You have to check her bowel movement. You also have to check if she have like prostatitis or anything. Okay, but you'll have also the chart. You can check what you should have to do. If you have any questions, I'll be in the office, and then I'll just go and talk to me there. Okay.
Okay,
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now the handoff report has just been completed. The team has moved outside to the nursing lounge. Paolo has just noticed that there's some documentations that was not signed off last night by one of the floor nurses. Paolo is very upset, and now we shall move to the nursing lounge area.
Fatima,
Yes,
was Mr. James your patient yesterday?
I think so, yeah.
Did you give his nitro patch?
For sure I did.
How come it's not signed off here?
Oh,
It's incomplete.
yesterday it was very busy and I didn't have time to complete that one. I'm doing today.
Well, you should have signed it off.
Yeah, I told you I'm doing today. Okay?
This scene moves into the medication room, where Paolo notices that his colleagues do not follow the same standards that he does, which is the CNO standard practice for medication administration. Paolo is very upset, and his colleagues do not really care about Paolo's feelings and tells him to mind his own business.
Yeah. Okay, I have a complete medication of Mr. Black, Mr. Adams, and Mrs. Scott. How about you?
Yeah, I did too. I make ready for Mr. Brown and Mr. Apple and Mrs. Sue. I'm ready to go.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
So how about you, Paolo?
Are you guys doing your pre-checks?
No, I don't need them that.
Well, you guys need to
I
do
have
it.
enough experience to do. I know the medication.
You know what,
I don't
Paolo?
need-
Why don't you look after your work and don't mind us? Mind your own business.
Paolo is ready to go for lunch. He will give a handoff report to one of his colleagues, and you'll notice that his colleague will just totally ignore him and not really listen to what he's saying. From there, he shall go down to the lunchroom and meet with the rest of his colleagues.
Aman, I'm going for lunch. Can you check my patients for me?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
And for Mr. Smith,
Yeah.
he was complaining of a chest pain
Okay.
5 minutes ago, so I gave him a nitro patch.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Can you check him for me?
Yeah, sure. I will check.
And just to make sure he's okay.
Okay, no problem. You can go.
I don't think she got what I said.
You know, Paolo, he wants to just teach everything to us. He just graduated. I have a lot of experience. I don't know how to let him to teach me. You know?
And he's only a new graduate and he's doing like that. He's so passive everything.
Right? Yeah. Possibility.
Right?
Sure. You can.
So really busy day today. So what do you guys have? What do you guys have for lunch?
I have something. You know what?
Something like we're saying before.
میدونی اصلا تو همه کارات دخالت میکنه فقط خیلی فضوله اصلا خودش اجازه میده که کار بزرگسران دخالت کنه.
In this scene, Paolo's colleagues are very unprofessional. They're talking behind his back. As soon as Paolo leaves, the conversation begins.
How many patients do you have today?
I have 3 patients. All are very stable.
Good. Me too. I have just 3 patients and I done everything. I
that's
don't
good.
do. What about
Yeah,
you?
I have the same, just three patients and then are okay.
Oh,
So
that's-
I'm relaxing right now.
Oh, that's great. Good. I don't like even ask him something. He's so busy and he wants to teach everything to us.
That's true. He always tries to become more smarter than us.
You know this new grad? What's his name again? His name is Paolo, right? He feels like he knows everything. We're here for a long time. He thinks that he's better than us.
Yeah, you see what he told me? You have to write your name and you sign it. So, oh, I just forgot about it.
That's disgusting.
Yeah,
I know.
I don't like this way he's want to show up, you know?
That's true.
It's not good.
This scene takes place in the patient's lounge. This is where two patients are seated, and Paolo conforms to the appropriate procedure for giving medications where his colleagues do not.
Hello, Miss Scott. Wake up. This is your medication time. Wake up.
Okay.
Here are your tablets and your syrup. Okay?
Okay.
I'm just coming to see you.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Hello, Mrs. Jones. How are you feeling today?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. I'm here to give your medication. Okay. Can I see your wristband? Okay. Did it go down?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, I'll see you later.
This scene takes place where Paolo decides to talk to this nurse manager. He's disheartened, he's upset, he doesn't like working with his colleagues anymore. So he's going to meet with the nurse manager, and their meeting will be arranged because right now she's too busy. I'll take you into the nurse manager's office.
Lorraine,
Yeah.
can I talk to you?
We have some
I have a
problems
few
here.
concerns.
Okay. 1 second, okay? Paolo, I'm talking to the nurse administrator, and can I talk to you in the another day? Okay.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Sorry for that. Yeah. And then we have some meetings tomorrow, and we're gonna talk about this thing.
Lorraine?
Hi, Paolo.
Hi, I'm here again to talk about my concerns. So I have a few concerns here. I've listed it down. It's about my conflict with my colleagues.
Okay. How was about that?
So yeah, the other day they gave me a heavy load of patients, and the number of assignments was too much for me to handle. And regarding medication standards, I noticed that some of my colleagues, they don't follow what is proper and what is right according to the CNO standards, and I feel that I'm not treated fairly. I feel that I don't belong in the group.
Okay. What else?
I feel disrespected, and it's really hard for me to cope because my colleagues, they don't respect me. And it's really hard to collaborate with a team like this. That's why I need to raise my concerns and talk to you.
Okay. What I can do for this conflict that you're experiencing right now is maybe I can set a meeting, and we're gonna talk all your conflict, and then we're gonna do some management, and we're gonna resolve this problem. And how about I'm okay? 1 second. How about Monday? Is that okay to you?
Monday is a perfect day for me.
Okay. So I gonna set a meeting on Monday at 8 a.m. So I gonna post I post a meeting, and then so everyone will know. Okay.
Okay.
So
Sure.
is that bring your concern now? So
Sure.
it's okay?
So Monday next week?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. We'll see you and talk on Monday.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. See you. Thank you. you for all your presence to be here today in our staff meeting. So I set a meeting today to talk about some issues and conflict that is happening around in our facilities. And we are all here today to review them and give our resolutions or comments, idea, or better way to solve this problem. I would like to ask every one of you, do you have any conflict or are you experiencing any conflict?
Yeah.
Yeah, I find that when I'm working on the floor, that there is no communication with the other nurses that I work with. I feel that that they don't respect me. I just feel like I'm on my own. I feel like nobody's there to help me.
Anyone?
I noticed some verbal and non-verbal cues among our colleagues, and like facial expressions, gesture, and body language, that kind of. So I'm very worried about those things.
And the next one is I noticed also the hostility and aggressive in the floor, like it's like the sharing and eye contact and that's angry and loud strident voice in the hallway, and they use like a use of aggressive gestures and posture towering over others.
Anyone?
I noticed some tension and anxiety in this unit, and it's make me I cannot concentrate on my work, and I'm not comfortable. Some people try to teach me something, and I don't like that one. The way they talking about that, and I think this is it's make me angry. I'm not happy with that.
Okay.
And can I add something? I noticed with my group there is no teamwork, and it is for me it is really important to work as a team to accomplish those goals and for us to have quality assurance. And in addition, I want to raise my concerns about legal aspects of our nursing care, like following the standards, the CNO standards, for example, in giving medications. What I noticed with some of my colleagues, they don't conform with those standards. And
But the way you behavior is not it's not acceptable. When you say something, it's like you make an order.
Okay. Okay. I noticed that we have this problem. So this is the right time to resolve this kind of problem. These are all the conflict that we have right now. So we're gonna talk how we're gonna resolve this. Okay. And then like for this one, verbal and non-verbal cues. This one, like what you said, is like using those tones of voice. And then what do you think we're gonna give resolution for that? Like anything?
I think we need to address conflict directly rather than avoiding or posting its resolution.
Okay, like what he says, like we have to talk directly to that person if you feel anxious or it's like your feelings is being bothered, so you have to talk to that one. Okay, and then how about for the hostility or aggressions?
It's like us directly standing up for personal rights.
Or you know what? Or
And
maybe
expressing thoughts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and maybe even
and
for
feelings and beliefs.
maybe even for verbal or non-verbal, we can be aware of people's feelings, like your body language and stuff like that. Maybe we could be a little bit more aware of how we
self-reflection, something like that.
yeah.
To express, express your
lead to the
feeling.
conflict.
Yeah.
Just be careful of maybe how we do our face and how
Yeah,
we do
that's
our
through the
arms.
gestures.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, things like that.
Just,
So what else?
How do we handle hostility? I mean, there is some hostility amongst us, even though we we try not to project that, but sometimes we're overstressed or we're overworked, or we bring issues in from outside. And I mean, I do admit I've been a little bit hostile sometimes to some of my colleagues,
or maybe
not
it's
meaning
like
to.
one of these days we're having a bad time, and then we're gonna those bad time we're gonna put into our coworker.
Yeah.
So we can talk about
Yeah.
the problem,
Mhm.
the cause of that, the problem. It's make like this hostility.
Or maybe sometimes you can also tell to that person that, oh, I'm having a bad day today, and then after that, if you tell to that person like bad things, you can tell, oh, I'm really sorry or something. So there's no conflict.
Yeah,
after.
or even try not to bring your hostility
Hostility.
from home into
Yeah,
work,
I mean,
because
yeah.
it projects on our work.
Hours,
Yeah.
and for the patients too.
Yeah.
It's
I'll be the first to admit that
Mhm.
I probably do that sometimes.
How about the bully? This one is a very common in our facilities
for
for bully. Yeah.
for bullying? Yeah, I mean, we don't want to, I guess,
you have to respect
badly.
each other.
Yeah.
Okay, and communication. I'll notice that in here we don't have the same language, cultures. So it's better if we have respect to each other. We need to talk with the same language every time with the person who's around. Because for example, how do you feel? It's like two of you talking together, and then the person does not understand what you're saying.
Perhaps.
So maybe they
feel bad,
Yeah.
It's respectful too,
Yeah.
right? I mean, it's like you're
I think they are talking about
talking
me.
about
Yeah.
especially if you don't understand, especially if you come into a conversation and then somebody's speaking their own language.
Mhm. And do we have teamwork?
Do we have teamwork?
Well, I think we should have.
Yeah.
We need to practice that one, right?
Because if we have better teamwork, this is gonna reflect to our patients, right? This is gonna show how we're gonna take care. We're gonna take care if the patient is, for example, the patient is having a problem with this, and then if we don't have this teamwork, it reflect to the care to the patient.
You're so right.
Mhm.
Because if we don't, you're very, very right. Because if we don't work together as a team, how are we going to be able to ask questions? How are we going to be able to ask a senior person, can you help me with this if there's no teamwork?
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
So anything about the conflict? Do you want to add up something?
Well, Lorraine, now that you've mentioned all these things, I can see that we have these issues on our floor. I can see that we do have some hostility amongst each other and some tension and some miscommunication, and we don't really work as a team. I can see that, and I'm glad that you brought it up, and I'm glad that we're here for the meeting today. How are you going to help us to resolve this? How are we going to get together and work together as a team for this?
Okay, so like this meeting that we have, this is the phases that we're having right now. So we have the forming phase, and this is the purpose. This is why we are all here. We are talking about those conflict that we're having right now. And then for the norming phase is this conflict, we're gonna give those resolutions. Those the resolution that that you give a while ago. That's the resolution that we're gonna use every day in work. Okay, and then for the goals, and then our goals here is to establish that resolution to our facilities. So how do you feel is, for example, you work in the environment with the professional behaviors? Is it peaceful? It's not stressing, right? Because it's better to work with the teamwork if you respect each other. And we have this performing phase. What I do is, after this meeting, I'm gonna schedule a weekly schedule, and
I'll check if this conflict is still arising, or this one is we don't have those any issues anymore. But we know that this one is not easily we gonna give this resolution, or this gonna be we gonna give the resolve. So so do you have any?
Lorraine, how about if we, seeing that we do have issues on the floor and it's acknowledged, how about we make some simple goals today? And maybe on our next meeting we can talk about that. What do you think?
Sure.
Yeah. Some maybe 2 or 3 goals that we can actually work on, and we can come back and talk about it.
So like those goals that we're gonna use every weekly to bring it, if this one is the goal is achieved.
It's everyone can share that, everyone can work on it.
And then I like your suggestion, like because as like me, like I graduated since then, so there are some issues or some new research that I don't know. So like for example, we have the instead of using the paper for the chart, we can use the monitor, the computer or something, right?
Yeah.
So we need to update ourselves also.
Yeah,
We're gonna train, and then knowledge, we have to update everything about, especially our practice.
Yeah.
And
I can do for the next week if everyone agree. I can find something and do that one for the next week.
I like that.
Yeah.
so
Okay.
everyone's okay now?
It's okay.
Yeah,
Seems
everyone
all-
is looking. I'm doing the next one and then just go around.
Okay, and then so this is our goal, and then we will see again next week or Sunday. Is that okay for you, or we want Monday?
Next Monday.
Next Monday.
Same
Same
time.
time?
Yeah, same time as
Okay,
that, yeah.
so we're gonna come here again at the same time, and then we're gonna talk this everything if it's still arising, and then we try this goal if all this one is achieving.
Yeah, we can
Okay.
perform
Yes.
this one.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yes.
and
So, okay,
get the result that.
Okay, thank you everyone.
Yeah, and this is really good. And you know what? Since we worked so hard today, Phil, you want to join us for a drink?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, we can also set those days that we can go together,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
party.
Yeah, we go out for a drink maybe after. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.